Hey, what's up, you guys? Peace and much love, gratitude, and appreciation for everyone who's clicked on tonight's video. And without further ado, you guys see the title, A Rock in a Hard Place. Let's get into it, okay? So, for anybody out there who is going through anything, who seems like it's getting to the point to where it's literally becoming unbearable, no matter what the struggle may be, just remember to keep your head up, okay? Because there's been many cases and instances to where people ended up in a bad situation in life, right? And next thing you know, the fact that they never gave up on themselves, they never gave up on the people who believed in them, but most importantly themselves, right? They made it out of the situation that they were in, man, right? They managed to push forward and strive and eventually thrive in the end, right? Because they didn't give up. They knew that when it comes to life, guys, things are going to happen, right? Things are going to happen all the time, whether it's to you or for you in any way, shape, and form that they may be. And there's been a lot of situations, man, that I've been in, but not just to speak of myself, highly or anything like that, but just to use myself as an example, right? I always thought that for a while, the situations that I did end up in, mainly when it came to things like with family, just situations I thought I could never get out of, right? Fights, arguments, just all these things, right? That at the end of the day, right? At the end of my life, none of that stuff would have really mattered unless I just absolutely did nothing about it. Unless you did nothing about it. When it goes hand in hand with whatever you guys are dealing with, right? If you are dealing with anything, because not everybody is. All right, there's been people who've been living their best life since day one. And that should be an excuse for any of you guys to look at them and be like, you know what? Why am I not where they are yet, right? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? You got to focus on what you got right now, man. And be grateful for it. Because in an instant, it can be gone just like that, right? And that goes for anybody when it comes to anything in your life. That's why people always tell you, and you guys have probably heard it before, man, but that's why a lot of guys, just a lot of people out there in general say appreciate the little things in life, right? Because they're what really matter the most. Even though they don't have a lot of value from what it seems like at first glance and all that, it's what really hits home the most. Right? It's what really impacts you the most, because our heart chakra is the strongest, man. That's why we tend to feel everything right here in the chest first, especially when it comes to making decisions and all that type of stuff, which is why you got to be careful and really pay attention to what you're doing, how you treat people, how you treat yourself. The golden rule, right? Do unto others as you would want them to, do to you. Got to start treating people right, man. Start treating yourself right. Start changing your mindset, right? All these YouTubers say that exact same thing. And I'm going to say it over here on my channel because it's true, man. It really does start in the mind. You change this, you change everything else. But like I said, man, and like I always say on my channel, you got to guide it with the heart. All right, not to sound soft or anything like that, man, for everybody out there who may see it that way. But look, guys, just focus on what you got to do, man, okay? Just remember that your life is your own. Only you can make your own decisions. Only you can get yourself to where you want to be. People can give you advice all day, every day, right? And even then, you still may end up in situations that are a little sticky, right? But what are you going to do about it? You got to ask yourself that, man. What am I going to, right now, for an example, if I was to get in some situation, what am I going to do about it? And what can I do about it that will prevent things from further escalating, right? A lot of people really don't tend to think about that, you guys. Some people act irrational. Some people don't think about how hard some others got it. And that right there is a form of being selfish, man, right? Because we don't acknowledge that there may be other people out there, man, who are going through something just as bad, just as worse. Right? That's why I always try to really treat people with respect, man, and start really smiling more at people, just to let them know that there's people out here, man, who are trying to put out good energy, right? Who are trying to brighten up the day, But hey, that's not always going to be the case, right? You know, some people really try to get their energy and throw it onto you just because they're having a bad day, just because they're not living their best life. They're not doing what they want to do in life, right? But you can't let that affect you guys, because that'll definitely make you end up in a rock and between a rock and a hard place, right? That's why I like that little title so much, A Rock and a Hard Place. I actually really, really like that. That's why I titled my entire video this, right? Because it just goes to show that, yeah, you can end up in any kind of situation, like I said a couple minutes ago, but when you do, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to get yourself out of that situation, right? You got to think before you act. And like I always say, again, I know majority of you guys probably, of course, think before you act, but for those who don't, just really take that into consideration, man, for real. All right, before you make a final decision on something, think about how it'll impact you. Right? Not just physically, but in a spiritual sense, how it will lower your vibration, right? Make your energy levels drop. You'll have a bad day, right? And it's like your entire day will just be ruined, man. You got to think before you act, right? So regardless of your situation, man, just think first. What can I do to better improve the situation that I'm in, right? What can I do about it? How can I help positively impact the other, the other people around me, so my energy doesn't affect them if I'm having a bad day? I do that with my friends all the time, you guys. I always try to make sure, even if I'm having a bad day, even though I'm that rock in between a hard place, I'm going to do whatever I can and think of a solution first in my head that'll lead me to still being myself around my friends, even though I'm having a bad day. Just for an example, right? Which has happened plenty of times before. Or I could be hanging out with my best friends, which is very, very, very few. No more than the 5 fingers on my hands, right? But still, it just goes to show that you got to have control over yourself, control over your decisions, right? You really got to watch what you say before you say it, right? Stuff like that. But that's just a few prime examples, or that's just one prime example of, being a rock in between a hard place, man. It's going to happen in life, you guys. I'm telling you. That happens to me even still now, man. But guess what? I don't let that truly affect me. And I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest with you guys. Sometimes I let it kind of get to me just a little bit, right? But then I remember there's no need to be that way, because it's just a temporary feeling, right? And that doesn't mean just because it's temporary that, I got to unleash my full rage, right? As if I'm about to die in battle or something like that, which that's a whole nother story. If it came time for war, I'll do what I need to do to protect the closest people around me, my family, the people I love, right? Even a stranger, right? So just take these words, man, and kind of just roll with it. But, just see how it affects you, man. See how the way that you're acting when you go out tomorrow, right? For an example. Just pay attention to how you're feeling, man. Pay attention to how other people around you are feeling. And if they're feeling bad, make sure that doesn't affect you, their bad energy, their negative energy, leech onto you. And the next thing you know, you'll be out leaking that energy onto other people, right? And if a situation you end up in is like that, man, like I said, think before you act, guys, okay? But some of you guys really don't need to hear that, man, because y'all already know that. Because I mainly got grown people on here who watch me, which is quite a surprise to myself. But hey, I'm going to keep it going, because this is for everybody, man. Not just people in my age group, people, who are way older than me, the elders, right? Shout out and much love to y'all too, by the way. I really appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate everybody, because I'm still learning to this day. I'm still trying to do my best and really do what I can, right? So, but I've matured a lot, man. All of us have. We're all not perfect. We're all not perfect, of course, but we're certainly on our way to be, in our own unique way, right? But even still, we all got our flaws, man. But don't let that affect you, all right? Stay real, stay righteous, and just never stop fighting, man, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's video. And if you have, be sure to drop a like and comment down below, because I guess apparently now that's another way to get your videos into the algorithm. I'm still new to all this stuff myself, man, but that's what I've learned recently. That's probably old news. But anyways, drop a like if you guys resonated. Comment down below, spread some love, all that type of awesome stuff. And finally, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you guys never miss out I want to upload my next video. Okay. Peace and much love, you guys. Gratitude. See y'all tomorrow. Much love.